Hey, what's up, Roxstars? It's Rox coming to you today with the review for the 2023 BET Hip Hop Awards. Yeah, you guys, so you're getting this video a day late because I forgot that the awards was coming on Tuesday night. I wasn't really on social media Tuesday. I was busy at work, and then when I got off of work, I decided to take on a project at the house and put peel and stick tile on my fireplace. I was at the house doing all these projects. Totally forgot that it was on. It was about 10:30 once I realized that it was on, and I was just like, forget it. I'm not going to try to even watch it tonight now. So I recorded it and watched it yesterday. So that's why you're getting this today. I figured I'd just do this when I did my Top of the Blogs video too, because I wasn't in that big of a hurry to do the review. You guys know I love doing the awards reviews. But I'm going to tell you right now that really BET needs to get rid of the Hip Hop Awards. I never thought that I would say that. And at one time, there was a space for both the Hip Hop Awards and the regular BET Awards. But for a few reasons. One, hip hop is just so immersed in all music now that it hits so many genres that it sort of seems redundant to say hip hop and just the regular BET Awards. Whatever they have over there on the Hip Hop Awards, they could just really just put it in with the regular BET Awards. It feels like they're trying to have like filler, and that it's the awards for maybe people that wouldn't necessarily be celebrated any other time. So, I mean, maybe that's the reason why they have it, but honestly, they can get rid of it. They can get rid of it. The BET Awards, especially the Hip Hop Awards, has turned only into basically an event for Instagram famous people, you know, and not even B-list celebrities, like C-list and all of these new up-and-coming rappers, mostly women. That's pretty much all the BET Awards are now. As you can see, anybody that you know from a reality show, you know, all of these hood ratchet female rappers, Instagram models, it's brought down the quality. I hate to say that these is just like, you don't want to be saying they like, but it is. It's just not, you're not going to get A-list celebrities to come to your award show when you have, I mean, it sounds horrible to say, but when you have like Beyonce is not going to come. Not that Beyonce was going to come, but she's just the first person that jumped into my mind. But she's not going to come to the BET Hip Hop Awards and sit there and risk being caught on camera dancing in the background to Sexy Red's Pound Town. Okay, it's just not going to happen. And the more that they start to bring people in, that kind of brings down the quality level of a show, the more the people that matter are not going to come. Okay? So, yeah, I feel like that's where BET Hip Hop Awards are now. This show was okay, but we've definitely seen better. And I feel like the Hip Hop Awards are just getting increasingly worse every year. Okay? So that's terrible to start off the video. I hate to be like negative and shit, but it was. I just was like, y'all need to do something else. So anyway, you guys know how these reviews go. I'll tell you about the host. We talk about the awards that was given out. We talk about the what's the word? Why I can't think of the word now. Ciphers. And we'll talk about the performances, okay? And so we'll get all of that out. Let's get to it, shall we? So the host for the evening was Fat Joe, okay? Joey Crack the Don, okay? Why everybody talk like this in New York? Okay, it's Fat Joe. Joey Crack. And of course he came out to introduce for the 100th time. I feel like I've had enough of this 50th anniversary of hip hop this year. It's just been every award show, you know what, thank you. Like, I'm not even complaining. Like, usually you guys have a hard time, you know, acknowledging certain things, but I can promise you that every award show that I have seen has had some sort of hip hop 50th anniversary thing in it. So we good, okay? Thank you, BET, but I'm just like so over. If I got to see a Melly Mel, a LL Cool J Thick Neck, child, I done seen enough of Cool Herc, the Furious Five, Sugar Hill Gang. Like, I don't need to see none of them no more. I'm good. Thank you, hip hop and everything that you guys have done. But yet again, I mean, of course they was gonna have it on this show because this is supposed to be hip hop. You would think that it would have been way bigger considering, but you know, they did put something together. You know, the opening, we actually had Kid Capri and D Nice. We had them kind of come out at the beginning and do like a, you know, they had like a mix set that they was doing. And these BET Awards was concentrating more on the DJs, which, okay, you know, we didn't have that. I haven't seen that angle of it. So I was just like, okay, we can talk about the DJs, you know, and how important they were, how they used to move the crowd, how really the DJs were more popular and some would say more important back in the day. More so than now, okay? It's like the DJs was the one that introduced the beat, the music, the rapper, like they were the ones that brought it, okay? So that was the focus more on this award show. So a little different, but still, I'm just like, we can do without. But yeah, so Joey Crack was the host, and yeah, we're starting to see Fat Joe quite a bit. He does pretty good as a host. I like to, you know, he's good hosting, and yeah, he does okay. I mean, it was just whatever it was. They didn't have MC Light as the voice. They had a DJ. What? It was a DJ drama. I can't remember who it was, but there was a DJ that was doing what MC Light usually does, which is introduce and, you know, cut away whenever they're going to commercials and stuff. She usually is the one that comes over. Well, they had a DJ doing it, but I can't think of the name right now. But okay, so that part was tight. It was good to have a host because we've had a few award shows because of the writer's strike and all that. They didn't have hosts and it was a little rocky. But this show actually, well, it wasn't live. So it had already been recorded a week before. They had enough time to edit it and make it perfect. So that probably was also something that we need to take into consideration. But yeah, Joey Crack, we like him as the host. Okay, now let's talk about the awards. Now, another reason why I was aggravated, and I always point this out, even though it doesn't seem to matter to anybody else, I'm thinking we're watching an award show, so maybe we should give out awards. Okay, and in this here award ceremony, they gave out 2 awards. Two that they showed on camera, I should say. Now, they had their regular full lineup. They gave out awards all night, but apparently they didn't get shown on camera, okay? And yeah, we only got 2, and so this is what they were. So the first award was for Breakthrough Hip Hop Artists. They had about 15 people in that category. Okay, and the winner was Ice Spice. Ice Spice was not there, okay, because Ice Spice has even gotten too big to come to the BET Hip Hop Awards. And you know that's saying something, okay? Even though I know that Ice Spice is all popular right now, I still consider her part of this whole new group of rap artists, girls that I'm still not convinced yet, okay? So, yeah, so she won that, so good for her, which she deserved. I mean, definitely, Ice Spice has been everywhere. She definitely was a breakthrough artist. I mean, they had a lot of people in that category that was nominated that I felt like it was good. It was a good race, okay? And I think that she deserved that. So congratulations to her. That award was presented by Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo looked good. Nice to see Yo-Yo. There was not much Cali, West Coast there's not much these days. I don't know. You know, here I'm in Atlanta, so They don't play Atlanta. I mean, they don't play California rap here in Atlanta, really, unless you're like Snoop or Tupac or something, you know, or Dr. Dre. They don't really play their music. So I'm sure there's people out there making music, but you know, we don't never see them anymore, really. It's all ATL. It's heavily ATL and New York influenced these award shows have been. But yeah, so it was good to see Yo-Yo. Then the second and last award that they gave out that night was Best International Flow. Ari is the one that gave that out. Ari, and I'm assuming the other girl was from that show that they have on BET, their reality show, The Impact or whatever it's called. I'm assuming that girl is from that show too. I don't watch it. That Ari girl, you know, she's a pretty girl. I look at her, but then I'm just also like, she's done so much to her face. What did she look like before she got all the work done? She's just done a lot to her face, and I just look at it and just be like, she's going to be unrecognizable by the time she get to be 30. I would like to see, would somebody, one of you guys please DM me an old picture of Ari of what she looked like, because yeah, she's done quite a bit. But anyway, that was it. 2 awards. 2. Of course, they gave out the tribute awards and stuff, and we'll talk about that in the presentations, but it was, I mean, in the performances, but y'all couldn't even scrape together. I mean, like, I'm scrolling through social media, and that's the way that I'm finding out who won other things, because Shade Room has posted other, you know, awards that were won that night that, you know, we had no idea. So now let's move on. See, this ain't even gonna be a long review, child. Let's move on to the ciphers. There was a concentration on Swizz Beatz and Timbaland. They were one of the ones that were getting the one of the tributary awards for the night, and so we saw a lot of Swizz and Timbaland. Side note, Timbaland has lost weight. Last time that we saw him, he was quite fluffy. So he's back down to a size that we were normally, you know, we were used to seeing him. I said, okay, Timbaland, I see you. But anyway, the ciphers, they were able to curate their own group of people to represent, you know, them in these ciphers. So Swizz Beatz had the first cipher that came up, and he had in his cipher Foggy Raw, okay, which was a woman. They both had mostly women rappers in their ciphers, with maybe a guy here and there sprinkled in. Okay, so we had Foggy Raw, and then we had Simba, and Simba performed a song that reminded me. It sounded like, it didn't sound like, but it sounded like, every little thing that you do, boom, boom, is in me and you, boom, boom. Look, everything that you do, ding, 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 ding. Let's keep it between me and you, baby. Every little thing that you do, boom, boom. It had like that same sound. Y'all understand what I'm saying? You would have to hear it, but yeah, Simba, yeah, was kind of sounded like that. We had Cassidy, okay, who that night looked like Nicki Minaj's husband. Okay, what's his name? Kenneth Petty? Because I think maybe it was the trucker hat that he had on or something, but something in this little area here, I was like, oh boy, you supposed to be at the house on house arrest. What you doing up there? And then we had Scarlip. Okay, she was the only name that, besides Cassidy, I knew who Cassidy was, but she was the only name that I've heard recently, and you know, I'm starting to see her more and more, and she's talented, and you know, she was up there rapping, she had clothes on, you know, so I was like, we already doing good. Okay, then we had Timbaland's cipher team, and I'm just gonna tell you right now, the Timbaland cipher team was more my speed, the sound of the music and everything. You know, Swizz Beatz and both Timbaland, they both have very distinct sounds. And Swizz Beatz, I usually do like his music, but he has a frenetic, it's almost like the sound of his music is like, it riles you up. Okay, so that's kind of like how his music is. It's like a pump up. His music reminds me of something that you would play if you're trying to pump people up. Okay, and then Timbaland's music to me makes me want to dance. Okay, so it's like I was feeling more of Timbaland's speed. But anyway, in his cipher, he had Lola Brooks, okay, with her little tiny self. I like Lola, okay. I want Lola to do well. I like her voice. I like her style, the way she raps. She's cute little girl, you know. She reminds me of Foxy Brown. You know, people are saying that she said that that is an influence of hers. And I was like, absolutely, you can see it there. And yeah, I love Lola Brooks. So I really want her to win. Okay, so she was one of them. Lady London, also a name that I was familiar with. Okay. She kind of looked like Irish. Didn't she look like Irish, who recently passed? She reminded me of Irish a little bit. And then we, like if you put Irish, Tammy Roman, and Black China, if you mix all them together, you was going to have Lady London. And then we had Gloss Up. I can just tell you right now, looking at Gloss Up can fight. Don't fuck with Gloss Up. She had real thigh meat. Real, this. I mean, she was a solid looking girl. I said, yeah, I can already tell. Gloss Up, you fuck around and find out. And then at the end, we had Bun B. Okay, Bun B still looks good. All right, aging gracefully. I mean, you could tell he's got the gray and shit in his beard and everything. But I was just like, oh, still, Bun B could still get it. You know, if Rocky was single and he was single, and you know, we happened to be in the same place at the same time and had some time to spare. Those were the ciphers that those two had. Then they also had one last cipher. It just kind of seemed thrown in there. So it was weirdly placed. It seemed like they should have shown that third cipher first before they showed, you know, Swizz and Timbaland's, but whatever. But in the last one, they had Maya the Don, who I've heard of, Linnell Grant, and that Mexican OT. Never heard of those two, but okay. So those were the ciphers of the night. What did you guys think? Who was your favorite cipher? And then, you guys, let's move on to the performances. Okay, so like I said, they had DJ D-Nice and Kid Capri open the show. Well, they didn't officially open, but they were at the beginning when after Joey Cracked the Dawn had talked, and they did their performance, and it was actually very good. It could have been better. Again, no West Coast performances or representation, but I'm just going to leave it alone. Just a little bit, you guys. But anyway, well, they didn't officially open. The official opening of the show was DaBaby. Okay. And I was like, okay, we ain't seen DaBaby in a while. You know, y'all didn't quite cancel him, but you was real close. That motherfucker was on probation. Y'all might be willing to let him in with this new song. So y'all know he played Make a Ghetto Girl Put Her Hands on the Knees. Make a Ghetto Girl Put Her Hands on the Knees. Make a Ghetto Girl Put Her Hands on the Knees. I swear to lean. Make a Ghetto Girl Put Her Hands on the Knees. Make a Ghetto Girl Put Her Hands on the Knees. Make a Ghetto Girl Put Her Hands on the... And you know that music, it do be jamming. It's like boom, 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 boom. And anytime you want to get back on Rocky's good side, you just got to play some good music, you guys. And I be, nigga, if I can dance to it, okay, we doing good. All right. So yeah, I like that song. What y'all think about it? Y'all ready to let DaBaby back in? Cause you know, he had about a year or so. He was all the fuck shit. And you know, I was like, DaBaby had to go back to the drawing board because y'all was just about done. And on that song, he had Sexy Red come in and do whatever thing. I guess she's on the remix or whatever. Maybe she's on the original song. I don't know. Yeah, Sexy Red is like the new it girl. Y'all hurried up and dropped Glorilla. We don't even really see Glorilla no more. Now it's all Sexy Red, child. We'll talk about Sexy Red in a minute. Anyway, then he did Give Me Your Project, Bitch. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. And child, not only did they do the baby's version, but baby, they brought out Manny Fresh. Okay, Manny Fresh came out there looking like a gay auntie. And then Juvenile came out there, and I was just like, okay, I'll take it. You know, the baby, I feel like he has really good stage presence, and I think that he puts a lot of thought into his whole scenes when he performs. That's why it's too bad that the baby kind of fell off the way that he did, because he was very creative, and like you would see him and he'd have like a whole story. He'd tell a whole story in his performances. So that's why I've always enjoyed the baby's things. Y'all ready to pull the baby back in? Yes? No? Oh, okay. Just let me know. Okay. And we'll act accordingly. Then we had, speaking of Glorilla, we had Glorilla. She had a whole scene too. Okay. Office. She was in the office or a classroom or some shit. I don't know what it was that she was rapping. Like I said, y'all just seem to, y'all don't even talk about Glow no more. You know, everything just sounds very remedial with Glorilla. You know, da 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 da. I don't know what song she was doing. All I remember was cha-cha-cha. 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 Some shit like that. I was just like, okay. What song was that? Y'all knew? Okay, y'all let me know. Because since I watched it afterwards, some of the stuff I didn't know who it was. And nobody was around for me to ask. Okay. On her song, I thought that it was the... I thought it was that Fitness 2 Times boy that came out and performed with her, but then Joey Crack the Don came out and said that it was NLE Chopper. Okay, so I guess that was NLE Chopper on that song, not Fitness 2 Times. So then after that, we had the City Girls. Now the City Girls felt like the stars of this show. Okay, now take that whichever way you want. All right, but they felt like they were the biggest stars on the show, and watching them perform compared to watching them perform some years ago, like when JT had just got out of jail, is light years. Okay, their confidence level is up higher. You can just tell they feel like they are supposed to be up there on that stage. So that's actually refreshing to see. They dance with confidence. You know, they've actually invested in choreography, and they do. So yes, for sure. I enjoyed the City Girls, their performance. I don't know the song. I don't know what they sang. Then we had Sexy Red. Now, I've never really given my opinion on Sexy Red. I've just tried to steer clear, because anytime, the way social media works these days is anytime you say something that goes against what everybody else is clearly accepting and enjoying, then it becomes a mess. And, you know, I just try to avoid mess. However, I will just tell you guys that Sexy Red is not my cup of tea. She is not my type of rapper. Her music is it's a little bit too raunchy even for me. Okay. And yes, the only time that I would listen to Sexy Red is it would have to be something that's just played while I was there. It's nothing ever that I am going to choose to listen to. Even if my girls was over and we was having like a girl night out and having fun and just playing bullshit ass music, like that music is just too much for me. It's too much. Okay. I'm aged out, and listen, you ain't even got to say she ain't made it for you, because I already know that she didn't. All right. I already know that I am too old for that. I'm not her target audience. She can do whatever she wants to do over there. I'm not mad at it, but I am not going to, it's just nothing. Like, I don't even look at her as an actual rapper. I just kind of feel like she is the moment right now, because it is so shocking, the things that she says, that, you know, that's the draw. Okay, not necessarily any skill or talent there. Not when it comes to rapping anyway. I mean, she could probably do other things, but I don't know if I would consider her. I just don't see it that way. Okay. The things that she says, I mean, we thought that Glorilla would say some shit, but Sexy Red just says all kind of, you know, She says ignorant things. I mean, we all have, you know, even though, I mean, we all can say ignorant things every now and then. So that's not the bad part that makes me not like her. But it's just sort of like, I don't like her, but I don't dislike her. It's just sort of like, whatever. But, you know, this whole Pound Town thing, oh, it's just too much. It's just too much for me. I don't like the Pound Town song, the Ski Wee song or Ski Yee song. You know, that we've always known that sound to come from the AKAs. I think the AKAs say Ski Wee. And she's saying Ski Yee in this song, but it's close enough. And it's just sort of like, I was surprised that people took so much to that Ski Yee song, but I mean, they love that song. They love the Pound Town song. She also performed Shake Your Dreads, Shake Your Dreads, Shake Your Dreads. Okay. Bust your head, bust your head, bust your head. Shake your dreads, shake your dreads, shake your dreads. Bust your head, bust your head. I was just like, that's all they said throughout the whole song. Shake your dreads, bust your head. Okay. And yeah, just, she had everybody popping. Everybody loves Sexy Red right now. So, you know, we'll just let her have that. This is her moment, so that's fine, but And so that was it pretty much for the performances. You know, they still would have, oh, I didn't take down any names, but you know, usually when they go to a commercial, they would have like another stage that they would have people perform. And this time they actually had some rappers come up there and sit with the DJ, and the DJ would play the music and somebody would just be rapping some bars, 16 bars or whatever, before they would go into commercial. Now, those two rappers, I should have got their names. It was a girl and a guy. They actually were very good. Okay, especially the girl. I was like, who is she? Like, come on, girl, you know, let's see. There's so many female rappers out right now, you know, so I feel like she can get on in there in the group with everybody else, okay, because she was talented. And like I said, the guy was pretty good too, but that was it for the performances. I couldn't even really give you nothing on that, right? I ought to let you know what the state of these awards were. Let's talk about the tributes. So they always give out two. They give out the Rock the Bell Awards, and then they also give the I Am Hip Hop Award. Okay. Now, the Rock the Bell's Cultural Influencer Award went to Swizz Beatz and Timbaland. And Joey Crack the Don, okay, he was the one that basically presented the award to them. Okay, they did a little package and then they just had them come up there, and it was so anticlimactic and all that. I was just like, as much as Swizz and Timbaland has done for the music industry, like, this is what, you know, it didn't even seem like much of nothing, but whatever, child. They got up there and did their thank yous. What's this whole zoo, 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 za, za, za shit that Swizz Beatz is doing? He kept on saying that the shit was getting on my nerves. I was like, I guess that's his whole, like, puffy, take that, take that. He got zoo, zoo, zoom, zom, za, za shit. Please stop saying that. Oh, God. We gonna do this, baby. Zoom, 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 za, za, za. Nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? Shit. Swizz looked like the fucking Moon Man from MTV. I mean, he literally looked like the award. All right. And then somebody else was dressed with the exact same outfit on. Who was that, y'all? I don't even remember, but I remember seeing it. I was just like, so ain't nobody gonna say the Swizz Beatz and this old boy got the same shit on, like the exact same silver outfit. Oh, okay. But yeah, that was theirs. They had the Rock the Bell's Cultural Influence Award. They said that Versus is coming back. That wasn't just for the pandemic. That's for the culture. That's always, you know, they about to come back bigger and stronger. You know, they just had to work out some legal shit that was going back and forth with the people that they had teamed up with, but now they back to it, and now, okay, fine, child. Just bring on the next battle. We'll see what's what. We had Swizz Beatz and Timbaland. They presented the I Am Hip Hop Award, not world, award to DJ Marley Marl. Okay. From the Bronx. All right. And, so, you know, we had the package there. They had DJ Quick. That was like nice to see. And Eminem. I mean, you know, they had like real people, real names, big names in the thing, in the package. We just can't get the motherfuckers to the award. Okay. So everybody had all these glowing things to say about DJ Marley Marl, and then he got up there and accepted his award. Apparently he was the inventor, they say, of sampling. My girlfriend Val called me today and told me that didn't sound correct, because Rapper's Delight actually did sample. And I was just like, but did they sample Another One Bites the Dust, or did they just make it sound like, a sampling is the exact chop of a music that they put in another song, right? But you can also, it's like an interpolation, like you can also take the sound of a song and play it and make it sound just like the song, but that's not the actual sample of the song. So that's what me and her were going back and forth with. I don't know, but they're saying that Marley Marl was the one that invented the sample. My girlfriend could beg to differ. Maybe you guys would know what the difference is. If there is one, maybe you can let us know. Did you agree that Marley Marl was not the beginning of the sample, or, you know, so you guys just weigh in on that. But, yeah, this 50th anniversary, like I said, I'm about sick of seeing these old motherfuckers. Really, I've had enough. I'm straight. Thank you. Okay. But we still had to bring them out for this, you know. So we had all of our OGs from New York, the rappers, come out. You know, we had Rakim come out. He did make it clap to this. And then he did boom ba-doom, boom boom, boom ba-doom, ba-doom, boom ba-doom, boom boom, boom ba-doom, ba-doom. I don't know the words, you guys, but he did Paid in Full, and still sounds good, still sounds great. Rakim still looks good, still sounds good. I mean, he still looks like Rakim, okay, just an older version, but that, so, you know, that was cool. And then we had LL come out, and y'all know LL. All I know is I know LL was sore that next day, because this motherfucker, he was just a lunging. Every time he had his legs wide open, child, he was coming down lower and lower. But they had the pyrotechnics going, and he was running back and forth and forth. I said, I know this nigga is quiet, as tired as hell, and they about to burn the fucking Cobb Galleria shit down, because where all these fires coming? The damn stage is about as big as the studio. And child, they had the nerve to have all this fire. I mean, it was a whole bunch of shit going on that stage, you know. So he got up there and he performed, you know, the regular performances from LL. So he came out and did the Jingling Baby, Go Ahead Baby, the Jingling Baby, Go Ahead Baby, Perm or Extensions, or even the curly weave with your new edition Bobby Brown button on your sleeve. I said, some meet me, you say halfway, because niggas been popping that yang all day. And then after he did that, then the music was like, don't call it a comeback. Y'all, let me tell you something about LL. Now, even though I do joke about LL, you know, him thick neck, big self, you know, even though I do joke about LL was and is still the man, really, honestly, when we really just talk about it. LL is still the man. LL can still perform. He can still rap. He don't lose his breath. He don't get tired. He is still that guy, okay? But it still is comical to see him up there with all of the antics, because, you know, LL's always had so much energy when he was on the stage, and he still does it, but now as a 53, 54, 55-year-old man, so he just be... he be just big up there, you know, just thick, just big neck, you know, he all this, you know, all right, we got it, for real. We know that you need to, we know you need to have all the energy. And he still does. He still does. So, okay, good for you. And then he closed it out with LL Cool J, as hard as battle anybody. I don't care if you they all rock the bells. So yeah, that was a good time. And then he closed it out with a kick. You know, he used to have a real high karate kick. You know, he usually be like, yeah. But this time, you know, because in the entrance of our older age, you know, can't quite kick that high. So, you know, he did a little kick to the side. That shit was just like pink. And then he was just like, rock the bells. I said, okay. LL, you did that. Okay, all them damn fires. Somebody make sure the damn fire department is on call. And then the last tribute that they had was to So So Def. Now, if they didn't have the So So Def tribute, I feel like that's what saved the award show for me. I didn't really have any interest in anything else. The tribute was very good. Okay, now So So Def, Jermaine Dupri. I love the fact that he was up there and he started with his little 808 sampling box or whatever they call it, and he was playing I Want You Back, Jackson 5, and then he showed how he had sampled I Want You Back to into Jump Jump for Criss Cross, which I did not realize. I knew that that was a sample. I recognized the sample in the sound, but I just never could exactly place where that sound came from. You know how it is with sampling. That's why it's such a clever thing to use in your music. If you do it cleverly, it should trigger the person's memory of, it should jog a person's memory of that song, but if you do it right, they may not even really realize what song it is. They just know. So anyway, JD was in the producers that really sample heavy and was doing that very, very creative when they did that. So that's how it started out. And then they did Welcome to Atlanta. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. I don't care, you guys. The music back, even just 10 years ago, okay, 10 years and further, the music was so much better. And I don't want to sound like the complaining old person, because I don't want to be looked at as that person. But I'm telling you, I don't know what the people that today are listening to the music, like, are you going to really listen to this music in the future and call this oldies that you listen to today? I'm talking about, not to beat up on old Sexy Red or nothing, but like, all right, is that going to be a song that, do you guys believe that Pound Town will have the staying power and stick-to-itness that my head, my neck, my back had with Kia back in the day? I'm already telling you why I don't believe that it will, is because it's too much of it now. Back then, nobody was doing that. You only had a few female rappers that were willing to cross that line and really say shit like that. Kia was one of them. All right. Now, today, all of the girls are saying it. So there's no novelty to it. There's no, so that's why I feel like it's not going to have the same staying power. Anyway, that's a conversation for another day, you guys. I don't want to get off track there. But anyway, doom, 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 doom. Welcome to Atlanta. And of course, we had Luda come out. Luda's one of my favorite male rappers, so I just love to hear him. I love his commanding rapper voice. Then they went to If You Don't Give a Damn, We Don't Give a Fuck. Hey, if you don't give a damn, we don't give a fuck. Hey, if you don't give a fam, we don't give a fuck. Hey, if you don't give a damn, we don't give a fuck. Don't start no. Okay, and that's when Lil Jon came out. And honey, Lil Jon used to have everybody in a chokehold. Don't even say that you did not used to enjoy hearing, okay, coming from like back in the Dave Chappelle days and everything. So yeah, we had Lil Jon come out there. And child, we done got older and mature, and Lil Jon got a damn show on HGTV. Okay, this nigga is up here redoing houses. All right, you talking about recreating yourself? I'm not mad, Lil Jon. Okay, so yeah, he came out, and then they did Snap Your Fingers and do your step. You can do it all by yourself. Let me see you do it. Hey, now let me see you do it. Hey. Ding 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 ding. And let me tell you, while all this was going on, the shit was jamming, because the music was all, the music was all the same tempo and shit, and it was just like, yes, I'm sorry, you guys, this is just the music that we like. This is the music that stays, that lasts. And so then as we was snapping our fingers and doing our step, then we heard, attention! Here come Bone Crusher. I ain't never scared east. I ain't never side west. I ain't never side north. I ain't never scared south. And then after that, they mixed in boom, 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 boom. Yeah, your grill, your grill got the bottom diamond and the bottom rose gold, and the top is fully platinum and the bottom rose gold. Is that what he said? And there's something to the platinum and the bottom rose. Anyway, y'all know. And then we went on to boom, boom, ba-doom. Boom, boom, ba-doom, boom, 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 ba-doom. You already know that's a sample, but I just can't think of the song right now. No Jay-Z, though. Then Chingy came out, and I think Chingy must have did a new song. Well, maybe that song wasn't new. I felt like I knew the song, but I didn't really know the song. I knew that they had Rain Down, you know, SWV's. They had that sampled into the song. So I was like, oh, is this a newer song? I couldn't really remember, but I felt like I had heard it before. But they've been sampling Rain Down on Me in quite a few songs recently. So that's why I'm not really sure. Was that a new song or not? But Chingy looks good. Chingy still looks good. And Tyrese was actually singing on that song. So that's why I was just like, was Tyrese? It feels like it might be an older song, but I couldn't recognize it. I wasn't really sure, you guys. But so after they had finished Chingy's song, then it was time to speed it back up again. So it was like oh, I think they like me. Oh, I think they like me. Oh, I think they like. Oh, I think they like me. You supposed to do this dance to the oh, I think they like me. Oh, I think they like me. Oh, I think they like me. I think they like me. I think they like me. Like, bitch, you just can't even get with me. They like me that much. And on I think they like me, honey, Brad came out. Honey, I love to see Brad perform because Brad becomes a whole nother person on stage. The person that Brad is on stage is nothing like the person that Brad is off stage. Like, Brad is such a softie and such a, like, you know, now she's in her soft mama mode. So, I mean, like, she's just totally different. So anyway, I love to see Brad perform though, because that girl can still rap. That flow is still on point. You know, she still came out there. She was hopping around. I mean, she was jumping and running back and forth. And I said, who knew that Brad was still going to be doing all of this? Okay, then she done had that baby. And I guess she done got a new lease on life. And Brad said, I got energy today, honey. She going to do it all. So yeah, Brad got up there and did her thing. It was good to see her. Then Bow Wow came out. I said, oh, we done got the whole family together, y'all. Y'all know that Bow Wow been on some fuck shit for a long time, and him and JD, well, he's had a problem with JD. I don't even think that JD had a problem with Bow Wow. And so I wasn't expecting Bow Wow to actually be there, but he actually came out when they was doing Oh, I Think They Like Me, and I was surprised to see him, but it was good to see him up there because it was just sort of like, Bow Wow, we always gonna side with JD. Unless JD just really did some cutthroat, wrong, backwards ass shit to you, which we know that JD ain't did nothing like that to him. We always gonna side with JD, so you might as well get on board, okay? And get out your feelings of whatever you was having your problems with. And, you know, like JD said, he always looks at Bow Wow kind of as his son. Not trying to son him, but, you know, that's like his kid. He's grown up with him, literally, you know. So JD gives him the space to act a fool over there when he want to. So Bow Wow every now and then be like, I ain't talk to him. I'm not talking to him or something, you know. Just be like, what you mad at him for? Yeah, it was good to see Bow Wow. So that was good to see. They did Oh, I Think They Like Me. The song lasted way too long. I was just like, are they going to have every single person that rapped on that song come out? Because remember the remix, that song was super long. I was just like, you know, and now we done got used to songs only being 3 minutes. They was up there, felt like that shit was like 6 minutes long. So yeah, that was basically it. Oh, my notes. I forgot to tell you guys about DJ Drama. DJ Drama had a segment also. And he had Fabulous come out, and it was dun 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 dun. Oh, you be dumb enough, submitting me to girl, you be feeling me, you be feeling up, you be feeling me. Then we had T.I. come out, you know, did some song and then close it up with well, who I'm is Rubber Band Man, wild as the Taliban. Now let me give you guys the right version. Do 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 do. Who I'm is Rubber Band Man, wild as the Taliban. 9 in my hand, 45 in the other. Who I'm is. Y'all know that song be jamming. That shit make you want to run. Okay, still sick of T.I. with them locks. I really wish he'd cut his hair. Jay-Z, Tupac, T.I. and Nas with his hair. I realize it's something that they're going through and all, but I will be so happy when they get over this, whatever they're going through, and cut that shit off. And then we had Young Jeezy. He came out, bulletproof vest, Doc Martens on. Okay, still looking good. Still had that ring on. I was like, okay, Jeezy was like, listen, I had to show her better than I could tell her. The bitch, they ain't want to listen. Not that he calls his wife a bitch, but he was like, she ain't want to listen, so I had to go on and file the papers, and then maybe she gonna get some act right on her end, so I'm gonna give her that space. We still together, and ain't no way you can miss that wedding ring. It is big and sparkly, okay? So I do admire, I do like the fact that, you know, he's still honoring his marriage, even though they're going through it and we all know it. He's still letting you guys know that he is actively still a married man. Okay, and he looked good. So that was pretty much it. I can't believe that this video is as long as it is, because it shouldn't have been. I'm going to edit it down quite a bit. But you guys tell me what you thought about it. Give me your goods and your bads and your uglies, and leave all that below. All right, you guys, let me get on. Still got to do top of the blogs. I'm going to get this edited and up to you. And then, of course, top of the blogs will be up tomorrow. Okay? Make sure that you thumbs up the video, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm Roxanne. The channel is It's Rox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. And I plan on doing the same. Until next time, Roxstars. Goodbye.